And I feel like this ain't the first time that he's been violent towards her, to be honest. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That scared the fuck out of me. You guys saw that crack? Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl, Magic. And today we're going to be doing a tarot and crime reading. It's kind of going to be an all-inclusive because I'm going to focus on two different cases. So the first one being the Moab murders of Kylan Schultz and Crystal Jenner, and the second one being Gabby Petito and the Brian Laundrie case. I know they happen in two different places, but the time frame of them happening from each other was so short, I just decided to put them in one video. Also, I don't want to focus on any of like the specifics of the case. I just want to focus on the energy surrounding everything and what the cards, want to tell us. So we're gonna I'll include the timestamps in the description box below. So if you guys want to, search around and move around and see whatever piques your interest first, by all means, the information will be there. But we're gonna get started with the Moab murders of Kylan Schultz and Crystal Jenner. So ahead of time, I always like to pull like a few cards from my Damon Tarot deck. I just feel like this deck always gets to the nitty gritty of situations, and it kind of is really revealing and very eerily like on point. So I just decided to pull some cards ahead of time, and then we'll get into the actual tarot. But first off, I want to kind of get into what I'm seeing or whatever it is I'm picking up. So physically, the person who committed this murder, how I see them is like a big, stocky guy, a Caucasian male. And in my head, I want to like lumberjack keeps coming into my mind. So if you maybe I'll probably Google that picture and see what comes up. But a man that kind of like resembles a lumberjack, a big stocky guy, just on the bigger side, chubbier side. That's what kind of description kind of comes to mind. And I'm like getting like Jack and the Beanstalk type energy. So he must be on the taller end of the scale. So thicker, bigger, taller, Caucasian guy. I'm seeing like red cheeks, rosy cheeks. I don't know if they just like turn that way in the cold, or if he just like always has like these pinkish kind of rosy cheeks all the time, but that's what I'm getting. And then I'm getting like a bronzy type hair, like a brownish, blondish type of hair. And let's see, with a mustache and a beard, but kind of like on the unkept side, like, I don't know. And it's more specifically grows in the goatee area. And he has like a bigger head, like a bigger, larger head. And he has like these eyes that are kind of piercing, sort of. But anyway, that's the description that I kind of got like when I was shuffling those cards and everything like that. So this person, it was like this person, I feel like this person always has like the thought of murder on their mind. And I'm not sure if this is the first time they committed a crime, but I definitely wouldn't think this would be the last type of crime or murder that they would commit. But it's definitely something that has been in their mind. It's not like this is something new to either what they could do or are capable of. But it's definitely been in their thought process prior. And they're just waiting for the right time. I guess maybe before there wasn't a right opportunity to do so, but this I guess they found this opportunity to be fitting for them. So I'll show you the cards. So the first one is Berith, right? So there's this one. And then you have Alistair. So to me, this is like a lingering energy, a watching energy, like a staring, kind of hiding, maybe hiding behind trees, maybe hiding behind bushes, just kind of like walking around. Like it's if somebody was to walk around you, but like maybe take a couple of double looks, kind of like stare at you, but kind of give you like a long, drawn out stare, like in your eyes type of situation. Like that's why I feel like this energy is kind of like a long, drawn out, starey vibe. You know what I mean? Like just hiding, lingering, watching, almost like intimidating or want to incite intimidation type of person. And this is almost like the planning phase or the watching and waiting phase, just to see if you know this is a good enough opportunity. And it's almost like some kind of built up animosity or anger, like, and I'm not sure if it's directed to the individuals. I just think that this is something that's built up in this person, and that they just kind of want to express that in a manner that is, not of the best light onto other people. And then you have this flaga energy over here. So this is the premeditation. This is the watching, the waiting, the stalking, the staring, this like almost wanting to incite fear. Like when someone is like looking for a prey, or when an animal is going for a prey, they always have like this kind of lurking in the bushes type energy, like peeking out, making sure like is the prey moving? Are they standing still? Like, what are their movements? What are, you know what I mean? Like, kind of just studying type of energy before they actually, go into full-fledged action. And this is, to me, actually, like, have it set in their mind. Like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. My mind is set on it. Like, I'm going to go full-fledged with this plan. And then you have this flaga energy, which is like a quick, swift, like just going in there full like emotion with full passion. And this is like when someone goes into something full blown with passion, there's no really like logical thinking about it. It's almost as if like there's a point of blacking out is what I'm getting, like a blacking out before or kind of like right in the split of the moment when things are happening, like it's almost like a two-person type deal. Like it's like there's this person, but there's this other personality that comes out when when committing this type of act, kind of like. So it's almost as if, yes, this person planned it out, but it's almost as if this dark energy comes over him really quick and it blacks out, and it just does whatever it is, kind of destruction that it wants to do. I guess maybe to block out the reality of, the actions being committed. But, that's kind of like how I see it. And then I just feel like, unfortunately, I feel like, I don't know if this will get the closure that it needs to get. It's something about like wrapping up evidence, even though there may be some evidence may be found. I feel like the more critical evidence may be kind of hidden, or someone trying to pick up the pieces, the loose ends, so nobody finds evidence that could, incriminate them. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. So I am going to choose the Alice in Wonderland deck. I feel like this is one of my more darker decks. And they kind of like get down to, I don't know. It just has like a little darker energy to it, versus some other decks. So we're just going to pull a couple of tarot cards and just kind of see the energy of that night, or that the time period. Like, I'm assuming that it was at nighttime. Like, that's kind of what I get, but it doesn't like have to be at night. But that's what I'm feeling. Like, it was at nighttime, and I'm almost feeling like, okay, before when I was shuffling those other cards, I was almost feeling as if like they were in a tent. You know what I mean? Like in a tent already when approached by this person. So almost like in their own like minding their own business, in their own energy, in their own area. I just felt like maybe they were in a tent. That's just kind of what came to my mind. All right, so Kylan Schultz and Crystal Turner. What information can you give us about what happened the night of your murder? Okay. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is odd energy. Look, so we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. I just want to, let me pull some more cards. Okay. Yeah, so it must have been, okay, so what I'm seeing is this was, it kind of just depicts on where they were at. So you see this Ace of Pentacles. I'm just going to turn it up right so you guys can see this grassy area where the trees are. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is kind of like the atmosphere that was kind of going on. And then you have like this Ace of Cups. So wherever they were, there was like some kind of body of water that was there amongst this grassy kind of like tree like atmosphere. I'm kind of like picking up like rocks like around this watery area. So I don't think there was like a waterfall there, but I think maybe like more like still kind of like calm water. So maybe like a lake, maybe like a creek, maybe like something of that nature. Let's see. What else can you guys tell us about the night you guys were murdered? What is this card here? The Moon. Yeah, I just feel like it happened at nighttime. Most definitely, I feel like it happened at nighttime. Temperance. You know, this person, I feel like, really battled in their head of whether they were going to do it or whether they weren't going to do it. And it's like, I feel like it's almost like that when you have like that angel and the demon on your shoulder, and it's kind of like whispering into one ear, and then the angel's whispering in the other, and you have the demon going like this, and you know, it's like a kind of like a back and forth, a chitter chatter inside the mind. I feel like this is what this individual was experiencing, like, as all of leading up to this point. It was like, do I or do I not? Like, do I or do I not? And somewhere in between, like, they got the confidence to kind of act on whatever it is that they wanted, whatever it is that they had in their mind. And I'm almost thinking like this person may have some kind of mental instability, because they just don't know. There's no clear, this person might have multiple personalities, because I'm feeling like there is no clear division of like right and wrong in this person's mind. There is no clear division of right and wrong. Like the balance is completely off. Like all these cards are in reverse. Like, and you know what? This could be like the energy of the night. It could have felt like a really off night. Like things probably just didn't seem in a place where they kind of should be. You know, like when you have like that energy when something's off and you can't just really put your finger onto it, but you just know like just the energy of the night or of the atmosphere just isn't right. I kind of feel like that's kind of like the energy that was kind of like going on between the married couple. Let's see. Kylan Schultz and Crystal Turner, can you tell us what else happened the night of your murder? Oh my God. What is going on? Like, this is so weird. Look, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. What the freak? So you have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. I feel like this person had plenty of opportunities to pull, like to do this in the past, but it just never was the right one. Or there was plenty of opportunities to do this while they were, you know, out there camping, but it just never was the right time. Like, it just seems like a constant, like, watching, waiting, because that is so weird. I kid you not, I've never had all aces come out in reverse in a reading. Never, ever have I ever. And the crazy part about it is every time I ask, I say their name and I ask, you know, what else can you tell me about what happened in that night? It's always one of these cards that come up. Okay, Kylan Schultz and Crystal Turner. What happened the night of your murder? Okay, so King of Wands. This person is definitely has some kind of, he's definitely has some kind of mental problem, some kind of emotional instability. You know what I mean? There's some kind of emotional instability. Like, this person cannot decipher what's right and wrong. They only know like what makes them feel good, and what makes them feel good is to do things of this nature, of a dark nature. This is somebody who is truly like manipulative, and it's like they don't stop until they act out whatever it is that's in their mind. There's a lot of twos here too. There's a lot of twos. Like, you have the Two of Pentacles here. You have the Two of Cups here. Something about water. It's definitely something about water and something about land. Like, there's like land and water tied together. Like, there's like this dry, grassy, watery area. Like, this is what I'm feeling like. And I feel like it happened like close to their campsite, or close to where they were, like where they were camped out at. Because you have these Two of Cups right here with all their stuff in the middle. You know, they were having a good time. They were just kind of celebrating, like, you know, their love for each other. And, you know, like, I just feel like that's, you know, it was somewhere where they were close to. Wherever this happened, they were in that vicinity. You know, they were just enjoying each other's company. Like, I don't know if they were like eating at the time, you know, just talking or having some drinks. But it was just, they were in a place where they were just, you know, having a good time. And there's this person who felt the need to come in and destroy this good time. And this person is represented by this Knight of Wands, which is in reverse, and this Two of Pentacles, which is upright. This Two of Pentacles is always like about instability. Or to me, this is like these two people are having a good time, right? This is stability. This is, jovial, happiness, sharing of emotions. Like, this is what this card is. And this is the two women, just having a good time. But this, to me, feels like someone taking it upon themselves to take their lives into his own hands. Like, that's just kind of like how I see it. Like, super weird. There's something about being next to water. It's just like the area. It's like dry, but there's grassy air and trees, but then there's also like water at the same time, and like rocks and stuff. Like, I don't know. What else can you guys tell us about what happened that night? So you have the Ten of Swords in reverse. And you see the clothes. I don't know, maybe if somebody had clothes missing, or maybe clothes were pulled off. I don't know if there was, was there like, okay, I don't know if one was assaulted in some kind of way. I don't know, because I'm feeling like there's one person that was alone at one point in time. Or got one person alone at one point in time. I don't know if someone was held down. I don't know if somebody was restrained, restricted, held down. But it just seems like at one point in time, there was just one of them by themselves. Because you have this Nine of Pentacles here as well. It's definitely like this energy of one passing before the other. Or like one not being in the same place as the other. Or one not being found in the same place as the other. Like, I feel like they were probably found in two different places. Maybe one was in water and one was not. Or one was separated. Maybe there was some clothes missing or some clothes pulled off. Like, maybe there was some kind of assault that happened prior. But I'm definitely feeling like some kind of like assault where clothes were removed. And one person was alone, or they were separated in two different areas. Maybe not too far apart, but just not like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just not going to find the bodies together, if that makes sense. That's really creepy. I have never seen all these aces in reverse. And which makes me feel like this person who committed this crime, either it's not their first crime, it's not their first murder, or this is not the first opportunity that they had to commit murder in general, not just with these ladies. But I'm definitely feeling like there was some kind of assault that had happened. And like, I feel like maybe, that time the hands were covered. So there's like, I feel like DNA evidence, DNA may not be Yeah, because like look at this one. The hand is behind the back, and then the other hand is in gloves. So you can't see the hands at all. And then you have this Ten of Swords, right? And I just, the clothes. I don't know, just something about this speaks to me like evidence may be lost, tampered with. Where's this Eight of Wands come from? I didn't pull that. I'm not gonna use it. Yeah, tampered with. Something like about that being removed, like, or like this person's really careful about like the clothing they had on. Okay. What else can you tell us about? It's kind of sad because I don't feel like this was something they weren't really ready for this to end. You know, like I feel like there was definitely other plans. You know, they just had like so much more things to do. Yeah, there's just something about these two maybe not being in the same place. Like the bodies not being in the same place. Like, I don't know if one, there's something about them being separated. One contained from the other. You know, and I don't know if this guy has some kind of sick preference for one over the other, but it definitely shows here. There's some kind of, I don't know, there's some, because look at this. You have the World in reverse. And then you have this Nine of Pentacles, right? And it's like one is reaching out to the other. And it's like they're in two separate places, but trying to come back to each other. You know, like after, possibly after death. It's just really strange. I don't know. It's just really strange. Like, yeah, I'm feeling like one was partially probably all the way in water, and maybe the other one not all the way. Maybe like the body placement wasn't in water or all the way in water. Like there's something about that. Like there's something about the body placement. I don't know. I don't want this to be too long. So, give us 3 more cards to kind of close out this reading. Kylan Schultz and Crystal Turner, can you give us 3 more cards to kind of close out this reading? I just feel like there was some tampering with evidence to some degree. I really do. Like this Ten of Wands, you see this character here with, I don't know, whatever you would call that. But anyways, he's got the sticks on his back. He got all these, like, you know, the fruits in his basket, and he is on his way. Like, it just seems like whatever happened that day, whatever happened that night, it's like that guy left that night. That person who committed this crime left that night, like packed up, moved, and got on within the quickness, and got as much evidence as possible. You know what I mean? I just feel like this person hauled ass. Like as soon as the event happened, they were gone, to not even figure out. I don't know, the Justice card's in reverse, which means there may be a slow process. Like justice being served may come very, very slow, if at all. And it just seems like this is something that maybe the family personally has to get involved in, because I'm not sure how far the actual legal system will go with this. But I just feel like, there is a want, there is a need for justice to be served here. And you have like the five of wands here. And I feel like there is some, I don't know, like I feel like there's this personal upset. And this could be amongst the family, kind of how to handle this, how to go about this. And just maybe being upset that, justice really hasn't been served to their liking. And it's kind of really unfortunate because, these two women, they just got married and they had a whole future ahead of them. And it's just, it's really sad that people feel the need to take other people's lives, regardless if this is a mental issue or whatever. But it's like this person needs to be caught, because this won't be the last time they do something like this. And if this hasn't been a string of events that's followed this person, meaning like if they haven't already committed murder in the past and this was like their first one, this definitely opened up the door for more. And I feel like the only way this person will get caught is through a string of other murders, unfortunately. It's like, when you like get that high and you want to continue that, and you want like, and I'm almost seeing it with these other ace of cups, right? He's going to try to, it's like with the drug. When you have a drug the first time, you get like this high, right? And the high is there, but it's like you chase that same high all the time, but you can't get it. It's never like the first time. That's what all these aces represent. You know what I mean? Like the passion, the opportunity, the emotion behind it, all those different feelings, because, and all those different feelings, you know what I mean? It's like, like trying to measure up to the first time. Because you see, there's two different cups, and there's like one picture on the wall, and there's this person who has a cup in their hand. And it's like they're trying to put the cup up to the other image to see if it holds up. And it's like it really doesn't, And that's why this string of continuation may happen. And I feel like that would probably be the best source of, finding justice, is through a pattern of habits that this person may develop. But I just want to say, I probably should have said it at the beginning, but this is all allegedly. This is not facts. These are just things that we're trying to see through the eyes of spirit. And, unfortunately, I don't want to say for entertainment purposes due to the nature of this, but for entertainment purposes only. Because I don't want anybody to take anything that I'm saying and run with it. But, this is just, what's coming up. But anyways, I'm going to move on to the next portion of this. Let me know what you guys think. Leave comments below. Subscribe, like, dislike, anything anything your heart desires. And I hope you guys, have a blessed day or a blessed night, whatever time you guys are watching this. All right, you guys, welcome to the second half of the reading, where we'll be talking about the Gabby, Petito, and Brian Laundrie case. And like I stated before in the beginning, I'm not going to be focusing on the facts. I'm just going to be focusing on the energy that comes up in the reading and whatever the cards have to tell us. I love to pull cards from this Damon Tarot deck. So I have 3 cards here on the table. One's gonna represent sorry, my eye. One's going to represent Brian Laundrie, which is Beelzebub. I swear. It's so funny how some of these cards come out to represent the people that are, you know what I mean, that they're supposed to represent. Like, it's just kind of funny how synchronistic some of these characters or these daemons reflect the actual people. Really weird. So, this other one is called Torngarsuk. Okay, it's like basically a bear that's half part human, part bear. I have Barbatos, which is going to represent. Oh, sorry. This is Gabby Petito. Barbatos is going to represent the energy, you know, of when the death occurred. Like, what was that energy about? What led up to, you know, this murder happening or taking place? So, I kind of want to explain these energies a little bit on what I see. Kind of going on here. So, Beelzebub, he can definitely be almost like a shapeshifter, if you will. I'm not going into super detail, but almost like a shapeshifter. He could be a human, he could be a fly, could be many different things, right? But anyway, see, like, I'm going to just read the card. It says, Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies, and very powerful chief of hell. He's described by demonographers sometimes as a giant fly and sometimes as having a human appearance. And if you look at this fly on the wings, you have like this skull and bone on both wings. But one is lighter and one is darker. Meaning to me that Brian and all of this is alleged. This is for entertainment purposes. We're just trying to see what Spirit has to say. I have to put it out there for YouTube purposes. But anyway, this is Brian Laundrie's energy. Meaning that how he wants to appear to someone is how he's going to appear to someone. And how he appears to people can be varying depending on who that person is. And whatever it is they need to get out of a person, or however they want themselves to be portrayed at a particular certain time. This person has a dark side and this person has a light side. And the dark side is deeply dark. It's deeply dark. And it's almost like the narcissistic energy, so to say, or with any I would say more so narcissistic energy. They have this facade that they put off to the masses, so people can think that they're this great person, think that they're sweet, think that they're funny, think that they're nice, you know, that they have everything together. But when they get alone with the people that are closest to them, that's when they show their dark side. That's when they take off that mask and be, you know, their selves, the selves, the part of them that they feel the most comfortable with. And I feel like this is what kind of that energy was about. And I'm just going off of, you know, these face cards for right now. This card representing Gabby Petito, you know, this person is, and I don't know if this ever came out, but this daemon is benevolent. Okay, you can look it up. This is very benevolent. And it's more on the spiritual side of things, or more like, you know, like everything's going to be all right, and let's think positive, more on like the manifestation type level. Gabby Petito could have been into law of attraction, or just being like this optimistic, more on the brighter side of life thinking type of person. And this daemon is said to use like affirmations for healing. And if I can see this correctly, or if I'm intuiting this correctly, like this is the type of dynamic relationship Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie had. You know, narcissists, they always need to take from others. And usually the people that they take from are usually people who are in a giving energy, are usually are people who want to, you know, make things right. Or like when you love somebody, you want them to feel better. You want them to be better. You want them to, you know, just be just as happy as you are. So you give a lot of yourself to the other person. And you try to do whatever you can to make that person feel better. But at some point, it kind of gets old and it kind of gets overwhelming and it becomes draining because you can't just keep giving and giving. There has to be a balance. There has to be a give and take. And I don't think that's what was going on in this relationship. And I just think that, you know, there was a point in time when Gabby realized this, allegedly, that, you know, that this is draining. This is too much. Like, she couldn't take this, you know, much longer, you know. So, and I feel like there's always, there in her head, this is what I'm just picking up, in her head, there was like a point of wanting to get out. And this, with the fishing pole and this fish in the water, this is her trying to get herself out, trying to rescue herself from drowning. I know fish is like water, but just stick with me. Like, this is her trying to get herself out of this position. You know what I mean? This unhealthy position. And it's like, it did not happen in time enough. You see, to me, I'm feeling like this is like when you go fishing and there's a fish is too big to get out, and then like the line is about to break. I feel like that is exactly, you know, where she was in all of this. Like, it almost like being in too deep, you know? It's like loving someone and accepting someone for who they truly are so much to where you make it okay, to the point where they open themselves up even more and more, and you just see how dark a person really is, and they are comfortable like that with you now, so they just keep going and just seeing how much more you can take out of them. And I just think it was kind of like at this point where things went bad. I really do. I think this is like at the point where things kind of went sour between the two. And I just think I that's just how simple, how easy. I mean, that's as simple as it gets, you know. So yeah, we're gonna pull some tarot cards. Let's see. And I forgot. Okay, so after this, I'm gonna do another section to see if, you know, Brian Laundrie's parents had anything to do with it, because I know a lot of people are kind of like on edge about that scenario. So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to start off with Gabby Petito. I'm going to start off with Gabby Petito, and we're just going to see what the overall energy was, you know, kind of prior to the murder, leading up to this point. You know, I don't know, it's just really sad because I understand, and I know people who've been in this situation, and I know how bad it can really get. All right, Gabby Petito, can you tell us what you were feeling like, or what the energy was like leading up to this, or leading up to your death? Too many. I just feel like there's a lot that this person had to say, you know. There's a lot that she had to say. I mean, and I feel like she didn't express this as much as she could to the people that were around her. I don't think she expressed like everything that was going on, like to her family, to her friends. Like I don't think she expressed like how bad things were, and I don't think everybody really knew like the extent of the relationship and how unbalanced it was. You see how this pentacle is kind of tilted sideways and this one is kind of fixed upright. Like that's kind of the energy. You know what I mean? Like it was totally unbalanced. And you see these flowers, they're withering away, and there's a skull here. Like she was at her wit's end and the situation was at its wit's end, but she didn't tell anybody. Like I feel like she didn't discuss in depth, you know, how bad it really was. So we have the Emperor in reverse. This is almost like brings up like devil energy to me, but this is like a controlling energy, but an unbalanced controlled energy. Like this is somebody who if directed in the right way, this could be a really positive thing, but the fact that there's some type of emotional immaturity that can't handle this type of power or control. Is this somebody who abuses it, you know? And I just feel like that's probably what she was in, like, you know, an abusive relationship to where like someone just like I think she couldn't speak because that's the hold that he had over her. That is the hold he had over her. There also could have been money involved, like a money situation as well. Like maybe finances weren't where they needed to be. Hey, Gabby, can you tell? Oh, see, I was just talking about that devil energy. You have this devil energy in reverse, and you have the Emperor in reverse as well. Like, this is like, oh my God, like, I just feel really bad because this is the energy that you want to get away from, but not, like, you kind of can't. Kind of feeling smothered, you know. It's just like this bound energy that she really, really wanted to get out of. Like this, how she felt was like this person is very destructive, very, very destructive. Like they explode off the hinges, like the anger, like it's out there. Like you see this, the Emperor card, and then there's a tower on top. You know what I mean? And then there's the eye in the middle. This is like someone who explodes with anger and thinks after the fact. You know what I mean? Like, sees how they've reacted way after the fact. Like, way after the fact. And this is someone who is like, this is a Knight of Cups, right? So this is someone who thinks purely on emotions. There's like the logic is totally missing here. And it's like, they are grounded and rooted in their emotions, and that's why they're so explosive when it comes to anger, and that's why they can't think things through. There's like a component missing in their brain. Like there is a major component missing on how to handle shit in life in general. Can you give us any more information on how you were feeling? Yeah, so 4 Cups, I think she wanted out of this situation, you know, because it came out in reverse. And 4 Cups is more like, it's more like in the traditional deck, it's more like not wanting to accept an opportunity. But I feel like it's one of those things kind of like, you know, when you see there's potential there, that's the problem. Like, trying to see the potential in somebody. You know what I mean? Like, potential is good and it's bad. Potential could definitely be dangerous. And it's like, instead of like listening to her gut saying like this is a dangerous situation, she was looking more at the potential of what could be. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we get caught up in the fact that we think we can change somebody, and we can't change another person. The person has to be willing to change themselves. Like, I feel like that was the energy. That was the energy surrounding it. Like, like she just, she loved him, and it's just one of those that's just how one of these situations go when you're stuck in a kind of like an abusive relationship. And I think her voice was really hindered as well. Like, you see these, I don't know if they're like wolves or whatever, but they have like sticks in their mouths, and it's kind of preventing them from like talking, moving. Like, I just feel like that was like, like that was like, I feel like she's been silent so many times. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I feel like this ain't the first time that he's been violent towards her, to be honest. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That scared the fuck out of me. You guys saw that crack? Give me a second. Let me pull this out. Let me blow this out. You guys. That scared the shit out of me. Y'all. Y'all. I kid you. Y'all will see. Listen. The glass legitimately cracked in this. Oh, my goodness. Anyways. Let's continue. Oh, whoa. I've never had that happen, not in the middle of a reading, and I felt like that was going to happen too. But anyways, yeah. There's a lot of noise. I'm hearing a lot of noise. But anyway, give me one more card, then we're going to move on to Brian Laundrie. Oh, man. I feel like that was enough. Like, I don't even know if I want to... Yeah, 10 of Swords. So sad. 10 of Swords in the eye. Like, it's almost like when it happens, it's almost like she knew it was going to happen. She saw it coming. But it's like a mix between, I can't believe, like, this is what it's really coming to. I can't believe, like, this person, is trying to take my life. And this was almost like, I feel like this was like a eye-to-eye situation. Almost like maybe he watched the life drain out of her eyes. Like, that's just what I'm feeling. Like, he just watched the life drain out of her. And it's like they kept that eye contact with each other. Like, that's like, I don't know. That's really sad. All right. Oh, man, I'm already a little freaked out. All right, so we're going to move on to Brian Laundrie's energy. Brian Laundrie, can you please tell us about what about what's going on with you, or what was going on with you leading all the way up to Gabby Petito's murder. Okay, Brian Laundrie, what can you tell us about? Okay, whoa. Page of Pentacles. I feel like there was some kind of money issue going on. Like, I feel like, and maybe it wasn't really known, kind of the financial situation they were in. I just feel like there was like some kind of financial situation going on. Like, I don't know if there was like a loss of let me just keep pulling. I don't want to say too much. Yeah, there's like a lack of, look at this. A lack of being able to balance finances. Yeah, a lack of being able to balance finances. And also feel like a lack of being able to balance emotions as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like somebody who doesn't know how to balance like what's happening to them versus them being able to handle the situation. It's like they don't know how to do either one. And I feel like there was a point in time, like I think he knew like their relationship was on the rocks, like, or on the way out, and he would try to do things to bring Gabby back towards him, like back in his good graces. Maybe like giving her gifts and stuff like that, or just telling her I'm sorry. You guys know how that goes. But this is my elephant in the room card. You see that elephant up there at the top? Like, this is like wishful thinking, hopeful thinking. You know what I mean? Trying to mask what the real problem is, and not getting to the root of things, and just kind of like delaying the inevitable. I feel like that is what was going on here. Oh shoot. Here, 3 of Swords. Like, delaying the heartbreak of the situation. Really. Yeah. And it's so funny, I never noticed till right now that this card, there's one knife sticking through more than the rest. And I just don't think he can handle it. I just don't think he could handle it. You have the Strength in reverse. There's like this inability to be able to handle pressure. He can't be under pressure. He doesn't know how to handle stress under pressure, and he likes to take all of his shit out on everybody else, thinking that other people are supposed to kind of compensate for his lack of ability to handle things. Okay, what the fuck? The glass is still cracking, y'all. And the flame is out. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I can definitely see it. But anyway, then you have this 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I just kind of feel bad because there's, this grieving family here. Like, he didn't take into consideration that, the loss that he was inflicting on everybody else, not just himself. You know what I mean? Like, he just wasn't thinking about everybody else that would be burdened with this. But I also feel like there was something about money. I just feel like there was something about money, and I don't think anybody knew the severity of, like, the financial burden that it may have been. Okay. Brian Laundrie, what else can you tell us? What really kind of transpired? Or what was your energy like leading up to the murder of Gabby Petito? You see this here? It's another Pentacle card. It's just something about not being able to balance finances or loss of. Here's another one. Oh my goodness. There's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse as well. Like loss of money. So you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and you have the Two of Pentacles upright. Like not being able to there was like a lack of financial stability here. And that was really kind of like a driving factor for him. There was a lot of pressure for him. And like I said, he's the type of person who can't deal with pressure and thinks that other people need to compensate for his lack of ability to handle stuff. And that's where all of this like controlling and anger and like just kind of like just spilling and blowing like anger off of on other people. Here's this Devil card. And it's crazy because Gabby Petito has the Devil card in reverse. He has the Devil card upright. Meaning that he's the one like controlling all of this stuff. She's the one who wants to get away. He's the one who won't let her get away. Ironically. All right. Brian Laundrie, give us three more cards. Okay, we have the Lovers in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles sideways. The King of Pentacles sideways. Yeah, this was definitely some money issue. Definitely some money issue. Okay, one more card. And there was like some jealousy. Okay, he had some jealousy towards Gabby as well. Because you have this Lovers in reverse. To me, this is always like a love and hate relationship. And then you have the Devil upright. You know what I mean? They're mirrored energies, but one's one way and one's the other way. And it's like he had that envy of her, that because of her purity, of her ability to be optimistic, of her ability to not dwell in that dark place like him. All right, the last one. Then you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, he couldn't take the fact that Gabby didn't want to put any more energy into this situation. No more. Like it wasn't an even give and take. She wasn't getting what she needed out of it. And it was just like starting to be overwhelming and a waste of time for her. And it's just like he definitely couldn't deal with that, and I think there's something about I think that maybe he thought that she was some kind of financial burden as well. I think that maybe he thought that she was some kind of financial burden. I don't know if he was like the breadwinner or bringing most of the income in. I'm not sure, but I just feel like maybe there was like a lack of ability to handle finances or deal with finances. And I just think that he might have felt like maybe she was the cause of this, or he put most of the blame on her, or there was something about just like, I just don't feel like maybe he felt like there was an even okay, so there's this thing. He didn't feel like there was an even give and take financially, and she didn't feel like there was an even give and take emotionally. Like there's just two different energies, two different spaces. But I'm gonna leave well enough alone for that. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this card here. This is a Barbatos card. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this card is it's gonna be a mixture. Okay, so this is supposed to be the energy leading up to Gabby Petito's death, but I'm going to use it as that, and I'm going to use it to see if the parents, had anything to do with this, okay? Because I feel like these two piles kind of, spoke on what, really led up to everything. Okay, so what can you tell us about the day or the minutes, the hours leading up to Gabby Petito's murder? And I'll pull 3 cards for that. Give me 3 cards for that to give us kind of like an overview. Yeah. Somebody couldn't take it no more. It's too much of a burden. Somebody thought somebody was a burden. Let's see. Okay, you got the strength card in reverse as well. Give me one more card. Give me one card. The minutes or hours leading up to Gabby Petito's murder. What was the deal? Okay, yeah. And it's crazy. All these cards are in reverse. And it's really weird that this Queen of Pentacles is upright. It's as if... Okay, this is like a mixture of both of their energies, okay? I feel like Gabby wanted to bring the energy back to herself. She really wanted to focus on herself, and focus on her dreams, focus on her desires, and kind of nurture that. I think she was really feeling drained in this situation and really didn't want any part of it no more. It's like she lost herself, she lost her strength, she lost her ambition, and it was just too much to bear. And I feel like there was like this walking away. Like I feel like she finally got the courage to say, like, I there was some kind of like interaction of like, what, I don't want to really do this no more. This is too much for me. Maybe we need to take a break. And I don't even feel like it was a big, like, straight up break up. It was more like, I need space. I need to take a break. Like, I'm being smothered. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, that type of energy. But I also feel like he didn't like that. And that was too much for him to handle. And that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Most definitely. It's definitely like there's like a suffocating feeling here to where, just couldn't even. I think this was really bad because there's just like a combustion of energy from both parts is what I'm really seeing. But anyway, I'm going to move on from this portion, and then I'm gonna get into like, did Brian Laundrie's parents have anything to do with this? And we'll see. We'll come back. All right, you guys, welcome to the last part of the reading. And this is going to focus on whether or not Brian Laundrie's parents had, anything to do, not necessarily with the murder or anything, but did they cover up anything? And, like, what's the deal with them being so secretive, not talking to Gabby Petito's parents? Like, what's with the switch up? So I'm going to see what I can get. The card that I pulled out from the Damon deck is Malphus. It almost has like this sneaky energy. Like, this Damon likes to build foundations. The foundations that are not breakable. This person has good familiars and can find weaknesses in a foundation that can need repair in order for like it to be indestructible. I don't know, one of those words. One of those have to be a word. So I don't know. There could have, I feel like the vibe is giving me that yes and no. And I want to say yes and no because I feel like the intentions were good, but the actions were bad. I feel like the parents know the truth, but I feel like there was some kind of like coaching or planning or like coaching or planning, or there was something that they were trying to do to protect their son. You know what I mean? I feel like they were trying to protect their son to some degree. But I don't want to say that their intentions were bad because that was their son. But due to the context and of the situation, like, yeah, I don't know. That probably wasn't, the best thing to do. And it's like this Damon, the fact that they know good familiars, this has me to believe that they know people higher up. I don't know whether that's in law enforcement or like law-wise, like attorneys or things of that nature. I'm just not sure where that where that energy is coming from. And you have the devil in reverse. I feel like his parents like were kind of under like Brian Laundrie's spell as well. I just feel like they felt compelled to have to help him, you know what I mean? Besides the fact of that being their son, I feel like he puts on this good, I don't know, this show or this good facade to where his parents feel like they need to help him. And I feel like these two people who are chained together, chained to this devil, I feel like this devil is Brian and the two people at the bottom are his parents. You know what I mean? I feel like they have something to do with impeding justice, seeing justice come to it fruition. Like, I just feel like, look, and they're all major arcanas circling this situation here. They're all major arcanas. Look at this. You got the Temperance. You have the Chariot. Like, the hell? And then look, you have the Queen of Pentacles. That's the mama. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I feel like mom is the worst one. The mom is the worst one. I get it. It's her son. That's her baby. But I just feel like there is, I don't know. Like, there's just an impeding and a blockage for justice to come through. Impeding of justice. I think that's a word. I think that's a term I want to say. And the mama don't play no games. See, you have the Queen of Wands in reverse as well. She doesn't play no games, especially when it comes to her son. I think that there's no holds bar when it comes to her. Look, you have the Hierophant. she definitely knows some people in some higher places, and they definitely don't have a problem with helping her or doing things for her on her behalf. Like there's definitely like this blockage in justice being served. I just really feel like there's this blockage of justice being served, and I feel like the mom more so has her hands in it. All right, what else can you tell me? Why are they being so quiet? Like, why aren't they communicating with Gabby's parents when, Brian and Gabby were going to get married? Like, that was going to be their daughter-in-law. Yeah. Just trying to keep quiet, being on the defensive. This is like that. You see, like, just being like non-communicative for no reason, just defensive. And what's the point of being defensive if you don't have anything to do with anything? Like, if you don't, if you're not doing anything wrong, there's no point of being defensive. Look at this. It's like completely defensive energy. And it's all female energy. Like, where's the dad in all this? Like, I don't see the dad's energy here. Not necessarily meaning that it has to be a male, but that male energy, I don't see it. I just feel like the mom has a heavy, heavy part in this. Look at this. Sneaky as hell. Queen of Swords. Nine of Swords. Definitely working with somebody. There's somebody that they're working with. I mean, I feel like this situation really took her by surprise. Like, I feel like this was very heartbreaking for her, and she didn't want to see her son, go to jail. I just think this is a mom with good intentions, but with the wrong context and with the wrong energy, especially with this murder going on. Like, there's a thing about wanting our children to have the best life and wanting to protect our children, but at what to what ends will you go to protect your son? Like, what would you do? You know what I mean? Like, how far would you go? How far would you take this? At what point does wrong become wrong and right become right? And it's just like someone who doesn't care. Really. Like, it's like she's controlling this whole thing. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the dad really doesn't have a place. Yeah. And I definitely feel like she has people working on her behalf, or had people working on her behalf. Especially before Brian took his own life. Like, this was definitely aiding and abetting. Aiding and abetting. Look, you have this other Knight of Wands, King of Wands energy here. This is very much fire energy. Very much Aries energy. Very much passionate energy, emotional energy. Can you give us, let's take 3 more cards just to kind of, wrap this up. I mean, I feel like this is kind of getting repetitive. Like, this is just a mom who, while the intentions are good, the actions are bad, especially due to the circumstance. It's like, the son tells the mom what has happened, and the mom has connections. I feel like it's more so the mom than the dad. And the dad just goes along with it because, of course, that's his son too, but this is also his wife. But I feel like the wife is like the boss. The wife wears the pants in the relationship is what I'm feeling. And whatever hierarchy or whatever power that the mom has, she definitely, is exerting it or was exerting it. There was definitely some type of impeding of justice, that we definitely would have saw if Brian didn't take his own life, but we just didn't get to that far. But I just think that, the reason why she's not talking to Gabby's parents is because she got shit to hide, like she got shit to hide, and she's trying to keep all her cards to herself. She's just trying to play her cards very carefully, and she's being on the defensive. She's not showing her emotions, and she's not showing, her feelings, how she feels. She's really being very stoic, and it's just more so of the mother's energy than the dad's. It's exactly what I'm getting here. But, I'm going to leave it right here. I'm not going to go any further because I feel like it's going to get repetitive. Just because I just feel like, it really is that simple. I just feel like the mom is the ringleader of this. Like, she wears the pants in the relationship legitimately. And she got pulled. She got pulled in the law enforcement and on the law side. So I would say, as far as the police and or lawyer, on the lawyer side of things, I definitely feel like there's some kind of connections there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you think. Leave comments, like, dislike. I don't care what you guys do. Subscribe, do whatever your heart's desires. But I enjoy you guys watching this reading with me, and I will talk to you guys later.